All right, hi everybody. I want to give you a brief update on what's happening here on our radar on this Friday afternoon. Scattered storms all across the viewing area. Some of those have reached severe levels, not all, but a few. And to point these out, if you see the polygons right here over the Blue Ridge Mountains, south and east of Blue Ridge, over to Blairsville, and all the way back here into northern parts of DeKalb and the southern parts of Jackson County, a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings there. All these others are advisories. But notice again, as these storms start to percolate a little bit, the upper level flow is a little bit backwards from the typical flow, kind of going off to the west and northwest a bit. And that's the reason why we're still seeing these around this afternoon. And we're going to see more as we go through the evening hours. So this is not going to be the only amount of storms that you see the rest of the day. But as we go into the evening, they'll be around. It seems to be very active between 6 and 9 o'clock the past couple of nights. And I anticipate basically the same thing coming up as well. Let me blow up the radar so you can see that just a little bit better there. And let me share this page over also to one other spot.
Hello, how are you?
It didn't share it over to one page here. But I appreciate y'all joining me this afternoon. We'll show you what's happening out there real quickly. Let's see. Give me 1 second here. There we go. Sorry, I didn't share to my Facebook page. Shared all the other social pages, but not that one. I don't know what the problem is. Anyway, that's the general movement of the storms this afternoon. So the outflow from these may spark more development out in here as we head through the evening. So you got to keep that in mind for your evening plans. Not an all-night washout, but at times when the thunder roars, head indoors. Just remember that rule of thumb there with the storms. So let's take you through and show you what's happening out there now with that warning. First of all, to the south and east, they've been very numerous out here toward Blue Ridge and the LJ area, actually just north and east of LJ. You can see that storm there for Fannin and Union County out to 4:45 Eastern time. Storm movement is to the northwest. Again, it's northwest, backwards from the typical flow, moving away there. But wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour and even some hail with that. But also note a lot of rain with that and quite a bit of lightning with that cell as it moves off to the west and northwest. Now, I've got the upper level flow here noted. You can kind of see how it kind of goes in that general direction. And a lot of times also the higher terrain, it can cause some fluctuation that flows. So sometimes these storms can get stuck in one place, drop a lot of rain in a short period of time, so flash flooding could result. So be aware of that in those valley pockets. Same thing up towards Blairsville. And eventually we got the storms clipping through southern Clay County, but toward Murphy, rain, lightning near you. All of that's coming your way as well. So expect be clipped by that storm right there into the rest of Cherokee County. Now, there was one warned storm here over Monroe and McMinn. That warning has expired, but still a lot of thunder north of Turtletown, northeastern Polk, southern Monroe. That'll be sneaking on into McMinn County as well. So right along 411, little rainy, lightning there. Be aware of occasional wind gusts. They kind of blow it up and kind of dying down a bit. Near the city, we've had the airflow. Notice again, see how these streamlines go like this? All right, that's the upper level steering flow. So if the storms were boats in the water, that would be the steering flow with them, with the sails up. So it's kind of going off to the north and west. But that storm, again, some terrain features here, kind of helping the upslope there over Lookout and parts of Elder and Raccoon Mountain, popping that storm up right there. Again, not severe, but beware the lightning risk. Time to get off the water. And then down here over Jackson to DeKalb County, that storm near Pisgah really starting to blossom and spread quite a bit. General movement is to the north and west, but it's kind of oozing back to the east a bit, crossing into Dade County, not far from near Rising Fawn there. Very heavy rain and lightning, Stevenson, Pisgah, Sylvania. And this movement is very slow. That particular severe thunderstorm warning is out to the top of the hour, 5 Eastern. Again, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible, and a lot of lightning, and even some small hail with that. Outside of these areas, these storms are noisy, though not severe. Again, they are following that upper level flow. north and northwest. So Altamont, Tracy City, Dunlap, it's all had some storms in the past hour. And still just the outflow from that one storm caused another blow up there on the mountain around Dunlap to the east. So downpours, lightning continue there. And to the north, scattered around Crossville, though again, not too strong. But we'll keep an eye on this activity here in Monroe County because it'll be spreading westward, no doubt into McMinn, neighboring portions of Polk and Bradley County. So again, as we head to the evening hours, the rest of the evening, the outflow of the daytime heat is going to still cause some scatter storms there. Same thing across North Georgia. Watch where these move and the outflow. It may cause some redevelopment in parts of Murray, parts of Whitfield, and more into Gordon County later on. So we'll just keep that in mind as we head through the evening. This is why I'm doing this update to let you know you head through the evening hours, these storms are going to be around. Not every one of them will be severe, but for most of them, it's going to be a lightning risk, heavy rain, and occasionally some strong gusts. But for all those outdoor activities to start the weekend, keep in mind that lightning risk. And again, scattered non-severe showers, Calhoun, Ranger, over to just north of Rome, right along Highway 27 there. So that's the way things are looking at the moment. The two main warnings, both expiring at the top of the hour here in Fannin and also Jackson and neighboring DeKalb County. All the others below severe levels, but awfully noisy. And again, with that movement off to the north and northwest, again, these areas where there's an absence of storms, you're going to get a little bit more heading into the early stage of the evening hours, like especially from now through 9 p.m. With loss of daytime heating, most of those will start to fade out. So let me show you what to expect as we head through the weekend. You can almost guess. It's the same thing. Same song, different verse every day. But I'll show you the future track coming up. This takes us to the early to mid stage of the evening. A lot of this fading out. So overnight, only isolated showers left over. For your Saturday, you're going to see a large percentage of storms there. It's not all day. It's not. You can go to the pool. You can go to the lake, the golf course, go to Lake Winnie. Whatever your weekend plans are, you can do that. It'll be partly sunny through midday. And once we get to the heating of the day, some scatter storms popping up. Not everybody's going to see it all at one time. Many areas will say just sunny. Others will have to deal with these slow-moving storms causing those outdoor plan interruptions. Temperatures are highs again, upper 80s and low 90s. Again, these will fade during the evening. And we just hit the reset button, do it all over again on Sunday. Typical summer pattern. This is midday Sunday. A few showers popping up as early as midday, but otherwise partly sunny. And again, a little more numerous into the afternoon. Again, scattered around. Notice where you do get showers, temperatures down a bit. Where you don't get showers, temperatures are up. So whatever your travel plans are, you just have to keep that in mind for the weekend. Otherwise, typical summer pattern coming up. We got our newscast coming up in a little less than half hour, so be sure to tune us in there on News Channel 9 starting at 5 and also streaming at newschannel9.com. We'll have more updates. I just want to show you the 4 p.m. temperatures are upper 80s, low 90s. Some have been lower by the rain, but the heat index is still upper 90s, close to 100. So still more the same over the weekend as well. And there's what we're tracking. There's, in fact, a new warning just issued for Cherokee County because of that storm moving into the southern part of the county there out of Union County. That right there, that includes the Murphy area. And that movement is off to the north and west very slowly. And that'll probably be out beyond the 5 o'clock hour, out to 5:15 Eastern. That's for Cherokee and Clay, which includes Brasstown and Murphy. That severe thunderstorm warning out until 5:15 Eastern. 60-mile-an-hour gust and penny-sized hail with that one as it moves to the north and east. Again, it's primarily that storm right there, just north of Blairsville, making its way just south of 64, bringing rain, lightning, and that chance of wind gust. This warning south and east of Blue Ridge for Fannin County out till 5 o'clock, top of the hour. And same thing for Jackson County and neighboring DeKalb. They just issued a new advisory over the far northeastern corner of Jackson and DeKalb for this storm kind of spreading outside that polygon. So again, you can expect some gust between now and 5:30 Eastern. Some gusts could reach as high as 40 miles an hour, even a little pea-sized hail. Worst winds are going to be back down here near Pisgah, but more of that moving off to the north and neighboring areas in Dade County, same thing. So we're tracking these for you. And I'll have more updates coming up starting at 5 o'clock on News Channel 9 and streaming at newschannel9.com. Thanks so much for watching this brief update. I'll have more updates when necessary. Join us on air and online as we continue our storm tracking, and have a very safe afternoon.